Hi everyone, welcome to Josie's Creative Corner. This is Josie. So it's now almost July, so hopefully you started on your Christmas cards. If not, good time to start. Now we'll be showing you the kit first. So, oops. Today's kit has all our flowers and greenery in the little bag and some gold embellishments. We have some stamens for our flowers. We have 2 card bases. They're 300 GSM, so we can make our cards with it. We have 2 golds, sheet of tags, and 2 pattern papers and some die cuts. So I will show you what I have done with my kit and then we'll put them together. Let's see. So we've made 2 cards so far, and it's this one here. There we go. And I've got 2 little tags in there, and this one here. I have, let me just get rid of my rubbish, quite a number of flowers leftovers, so we can make more, but I will be making these 2 cards first. I don't know if I have more time to make more, but so the first thing we need to do is color and shape our flowers. And obviously there is lots and lots of flowers in here. So I have used, we'll just make a couple only because we don't want to make too many. Otherwise we'll be here for hours. So yellow, red and green. I have used archivals. So Carnation Red, Buttercup and Vivid Chartreuse. So we will need a cover for our table, which is over here. So coloring in a couple of leaves. Start with my green. Very light green over the whole image. Then with my smaller brush I have gone in, and I'll just bring it a little bit closer, color the inside and the outside. Now I have colored the back just very easily, which again you can go with a big brush, otherwise you'll be there for a while. And again with this one, I have gone in with my brush after, just in a couple of spots, give them some dimension, and that's it. Next will be our yellow, and these are quite simple. Yellow is just in the center. Very nice and easy. You won't see too much of the yellow because our stamens will actually cover it. I'll bring that back in. So you just see a little bit of a shadow down the bottom, but not too much. See if I can, that's it with the yellow. And finally the red. Now with the red, I have a few different brush sizes. I have started with my large brush from the outside, working in. And I have covered just over half really from the, and it will go darker and it will shade lighter. Then I go with a smaller brush in and do my edges. Now if you want to, you can actually go one brush smaller again and do a little bit in the center. That will actually highlight it quite a bit more. Cool. And then at the back, again, a very quick and easy coloring. That's it. I will finish this one and I'll show you how I've shaped them. Although I do have the video from the other flowers that are already shaped, and I will actually put that video on as well. Okay, so that's all done. So next we'll get our shaping tool and our shaping mats. And with this one I have pressed in here, give it a little bit of a shape. Now usually to give them a bit more oomph, I would separate those. That way they're a bit more free. Same with these ones if you want to. You don't have to, you can leave them as one. That's it. Excellent. So that's our shaping, and then the leaf again will go on the outside, the larger one, and then on the center. And if you do that a few times, you get a nice shaped leaf. There we go. Again, our leaves, petals. You can do it this way. That will give you that look. You can shape on the outside and then press on the inside. Again, it will give you that look. You can crunch it up. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, and we're gonna put our stamens in the center for these ones. So we have, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a large one. So I have one large petal, one medium, and one smaller. I don't use any of the tiny one. Well, it's not really tiny, but the tiniest of them. So those ones, and we're gonna need our stamen. We're gonna use this one here. I will remove that because I don't like it. And then we're gonna do a hole in the center. Try and center it as much as you can. And then we have, see if the camera is focusing. There you go. 2 and 3. And then all I have done is I have pressed that. Now that is quite a bit larger. So with these flowers, I have got another, it's actually a screwdriver, but it's just a little bit bigger than my tip here. So it's actually a baby screwdriver. Okay, just make that hole slightly bigger so I can put my stamen through. If it is, just glue it back together. breaks. Just keep going nice and gently. There we go. We got one. Might make that one slightly bigger again because I know that it wasn't big enough. Okay. I'm going to use a proper one just to make it easier on me. If I was doing this for myself, I would just kept going, but it's going to take me too long. You don't want to sit here watching me struggle with it. Okay, and that one we might need to make it again a little bit larger. Look at that. Perfect. And then I have actually staggered the petals and we have a pretty flower. Let's glue it together. Actually, while my hot glue is warming up, I will take the one that I took off a few minutes ago, which was that one, and I will make a couple of smaller flowers. And of course, you can do 2, 3, 4 petals, whatever you want. Again, I'm going to put a hole as center as possible, and all I do is I poke it. Now these are fantastic shaping mats. We sell them in store. They're only a few dollars, and again, you can safely poke into it, and you won't destroy your bench, your mats, or your fingers. Okay, now with these ones, I'm gonna rip it all apart. And let's see what we want. I'm gonna do one like that. Got a few more flowers here. I swap that one. No, I'll do one smaller, do one bigger. Let's see, we're gonna do that one. And like I said, in your kit you have a lot of flowers, so you can play around and you can put them, like set them up how you want them before you glue them down together. That will make it easier. For example, I want a set with those, and I've got 2 larger ones. I'll go 1 medium, and the question is, do I want it layered in 3? Then we can layer that one in there and in there. Oh, so many options. Or we can do it that way. I might do it this way. So, check that glue gun is getting there. So we're gonna work on this one, and I'm going to do one of these, and one of these ones. Completely up to you if you put a wire through and hook them through, or if you're just going to persevere like I am. And when I get my screwdriver again, which I left down here, there it is, make mine slightly larger holes, and then oops, I'm going to pop them in it. Oh, that's not the one I wanted this one. Okay, so this one is not going to be too hard. We're going to have one. No, it's not. There we go. It's not going to focus on my fingers now. In there. Then we do the same over here, just like threading a needle that's too small. We've done this one. Again, when I glue it, I will be gluing it at an angle. Now, what else have I got? Got a few of these ones, and I've got a couple of small ones. So I'm gonna pop one in the smaller ones. One in there. I'm gonna put two in this one. Again. Oops. That one first, that one after. Okay. Next, we're gonna glue them together. So all I do in my gluing is I pop in there. Let's see if the camera, yep, focuses. It'll be a hot glue. And then you got a couple of seconds to play with. So I alternate the leaves so they're not all in the same spot. There we go. And then I'm going to pop it like that to dry. Now actually, I'll put a little bit of glue at the end of it so it doesn't pull out. Get rid of the screwdriver. Now, the bigger one, it's got 3 layers. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, pull it up. Next layer. It doesn't need a huge amount of glue, just enough to hold it. And the last one. And again. There we go. Oops, it's rubbish. Now with that one, I'm going to cut that off all together. Then I put this aside and let it dry. Okay, so we've got a couple more to do. You just need a little bit just to hold it in place. Excellent. Put that one aside as well to dry. Okay, a few more and we're done. Oh, look, I found a single one. I can stay single. Actually, since I've got a spare one, I might actually make it 3 layers. So my hole here is very close to that rib, so I'm just gonna help it along, and I am going to put it underneath there. Yep, I'm gonna do it that way. So first layer, then the ribbed one. I'm gonna put it in there. then I'm gonna put it back in the big one. Let's see what it looks like. Doesn't look too bad. Could have done with another big petal, but okay. I want that to pull out slightly. Yes, I do. And then little glitter here, and this one is done as well. And I'll put it aside and to dry, just to give you an idea what I got out of the kit. Let's do it all. So we had all this, which I made some off camera obviously, because otherwise we will be here all night making flowers. So these are all the flowers we got out of that kit. Wait for it, wait, more coming. That's it. I think I'm just gonna see if we can zoom out. There we go. I think there's enough flowers there to do a couple of cards plus. Now that's all the flowers I got out of there, and these are all the greens that I've got out of it, out of my kit. Next will be to actually do a card base, so I'll come back with that. I have decided that before we do our card bases, we're actually going to glitter our flowers, and these are the flowers we made, and there should be some more around the place. Got some greens. What else we have? Beautiful. So we're going to start with the glittering, and then while that dries, we'll do the card bases. Okay, so first thing, we move everything out of the way. I need a sponge, glitter tray. Okay, so all I do with my sponges is I'll cut it into a wedge shape, and that goes for later on. I'm going to use lion's mane. They are available in store, of course, like everything else. So I want it as dry as possible. Okay, so all I do with that is on my tips, and then I'll drop the glitter on her. We've got a very, let's see if I can get closer. I missed a couple of spots. I might go back with the glitter, or with the glue again. Otherwise, if you have a big enough container, you can tip it right in. Let's see if I can get it nice and close. If it cool. Now, when that dries, some of it will fall off, depending on how much glue you use. A little bit more. So I'll just put it aside to dry. Okay. And we've got a few more to do. Now, if you like to use your spoon, you can. That will fall most back in it. So we have, see if we can do it, all those flowers to do. So I might do it off screen and then come back later and we'll put the cards together. Okay, and we're back. I have glittered all my flowers and I have glittered all my greens as well. So next we're going to do a card base. So I'm making my card base 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches. So you'll have your white in your class card kit. All you need to do, let me get out. All you need to do is just fold it and then cut it to size, and that's your card base. Next, you will have some gold in your kit, and I have cut that at 5.25 and 7.25. So that way it will give me a nice little border. And then I will go and glue it down. Okay, let's see how this glue goes. If you're a paper saver, you can cut something out of the inside before you glue it down to save on paper and use it for something else. Now I will be using this paper, and that will need to be cut 7 inches by 5 inches, but I want that to go vertical. And I'll get my little cutter. Oops, we don't need the card base. And we need it by 5 by 7, so I'll take 1 inch off because it's an 8-inch paper. That way I don't have to bring the big cutter in. And let's have a quick look. That looks pretty good. These papers are very thin, they're very old as well, so I've only got a limited amount of these papers. Okay, next thing we want these. We have a gold and a white, and I'm going to stick the gold at an angle because my tags will be poking out like that, and the white on top of it. Okay, I will only glue one side down like that at an angle, and I will leave that open so I can put my tags in there. It might or might not work. I haven't tried it yet. See what it looks like. I think that looks quite pretty. Okay, then I'm going to glue the white on top of my gold and leave a little bit so you get that shadowing effect. Like that. only need a few seconds to dry. And once it's attached, it's not going to come off. And I've left that for my little tags. It looks pretty good. Now, which ones do we want up here? As you can see, we had lots of flowers. So I'm thinking 1, 2, and 3. Or even down here so we can see a little bit of that. Beautiful. Next, we'll get the tags done and start gluing our flowers and our greens down. It works out. And what I've done is I have actually matted my tags to gold paper, and then I'm going to pop them in there. I won't glue them down, and that way I can take them out and write at the back, or with my luck they just get glued with the hot glue. Next, we are going to put our flowers on. Let's see if we can do it. So I'm going to pop that one there. I need more glue. And then this little one up there. And we're going to get a visitor. He is slowly sneaking up on the table. Oops. Don't want to do this, you're gonna burn your nose. Yes, you are. Mommy's ignoring you, is she? Good boy. Go play for a little while. I'll come back in a minute. He only allows me 10-15 minutes at a time. Then he comes and tells me it's time to stop for the day. And then a little one at the bottom. And then I'm going to put some of my greens. I've got some leaves, some of these. We also have these in gold, so I'll see what I want to make. Do these ones first. Now, if you're a really good crafter, cut with your scissors. If you're a bad crafter like me, you rip it. Somebody to poke it down with. Okay. Do like that. Need something small so I can curve these. And I think this will look quite pretty like that. Might have to remove some of that bottom and push it in a little. Yep, like that. Perfect. Now, if you notice, I only put the hot glue on my base of my greens because I like them standing up and I like them to be able to move them if I need to. Now, that one will go quite well over here. And we got spider webs again. Now this little one, I want there. And I quite like how that looks. I'll put my tags down there. That's come out like a pretty card. But I wonder if I need some little golds. Quite like these. So what I might do is I might chop now. There's one little bit left. Make it look pretty because you can see that part under there or under here. I think under the green. Just make sure they're all pressed down. And I think that will be a finished card. Now, if they don't fit, like I said, you're quite welcome to glue them down. There we go. That's our finished card. Took some beautiful glitters. And I'll make a beautiful Christmas card for somebody special. Okay, well, we'll get started on the second card. I'll be back. So 7.5 by 5.5. That's all nice and cut. Get rid of the scorer. Then I have my gold cardstock at 7.25 by 5.25. So that will sit there. Then I have this paper that I would like to use, and I'm going to cut it 7 by 5. So that one. That one in. So I want my 5 inches in height. So I'm going to go that way, that way. And I want my 7 inches that way. Question is, which way do I want to cut? I'm going to go and cut 1/2 inch on each side so that it looks symmetrical. Now, if my maths is correct, hopefully that's 7 inches. Perfect. So that will sit up here. Now the other thing I have are these little tags. So what I want to do, I think, is do a gate fence over here. And then I'm thinking I might put my tag over here. Of course, I'll back my tag with gold. And then my flowers will go over here. I think I like that. Let's glue it all down. And then we go from there. So. I'm humming and ahhing whether I want that to be inked, but I've decided no. No, I've decided no. Looks pretty cute. Let's see how we can put these. I quite like that. If I was to put it there, it's too far. Or do we want it there? I might actually put it like that, because once I put my tag there, you won't see that I'm missing some of it, and that looks good with the gold. So I'll do that first. I'm gonna put it down so the fence sits there. A little bit more glue will hold it down, hopefully. And then this one, we said we were going to go that way. Line it up as best as you can. And I quite like that. I'm gonna let that dry, and in the meantime I'm gonna back up my remove that blue, and then I haven't left any gap on the bottom, but you're not going to see that because the flowers are going to cover it, so I'm not too worried. But when I cut my gold, I cut it too small, so I'm going to improvise. I quite like that. And then a few flowers here, and we'll make the card all nice and pretty. And if you really wanted to, you can pop it at the top. I glued a bit far, but you can stop gluing halfway and pop your tags at the top. Even that wouldn't look too bad. I wonder if you can see that. There we go. There we go, be center. Okay, but I will stick this on the outside, and I'll put my flowers around it as well. Let me go get the flowers. Move the camera slightly. selected. So flowers, we have a number of flowers leftovers that we can put on this card. So if you like the big ones, like one big flower here will look perfect. And then all you will need is some greens. That will be perfect. Or we can go a few smaller ones. Let me find a few smaller ones. Let's see, that one. And a couple small ones. I think I like my big one. Yep. I think I'm going to go with big. So I'm going to have to put my hot glue back on. Okay, so while that is warming up, I'm going to work on my greens. And these are very pretty, but they're attached. And I want to shape them a little bit more. So I need them to be separated. So you can do them with scissors, a little knife, anything you want. I haven't ripped them because otherwise it will break. That's the only time I don't rip, when I need them to look pretty. Then I'm going to give them a little bit of shape. Okay, so that one I do want to separate as well. Bit more there. There we go. Same with these. You can use your shaping tools, but I just want a little bit of a curl. So I'm going to just get something nice and round and just give them a little bit of a curl. And I have plenty of time because that hot glue is not warm yet. So I can play around with those. I'm quite happy with my leaves. I might curl one of these. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but we'll see. There we go. That gives me enough. Now, my big flower. They're pretty much the same. That hot glue is ready. So I'm going to hot glue this to the bottom first. And I want it about there. Then I'm going to hot glue this one right there. Let's see. Hold it for a little while until that hot glue sets. Just going to check that when my card, yep, when my card is standing up, the flower is not in the way. Still going, that's all right. I'm going to start putting my leaves in. This one I quite like exactly as it is. Just going to put some hot glue at the back. Now be careful if you move your flower, that hot glue is still not dry. So you need to give it a chance to dry. I wouldn't mind some gold. Let's get some little gold pieces. Yes, that's better. Oh, they both look nice. a larger piece. And do I want it all there? Do I want bits and pieces? I think I might want bits and pieces. I'm just going to cut that. I can go there, and I'll just clean it up so it doesn't look too messy. Now I'm going to swap them. I'm going to put the swirls on this side and that one on that side. And that's our second card finished. Now you can keep putting more greens in if you like. Make it a little bit more oomphy. How's that? A little bit fuller. I still have quite a bit of bits and pieces left over. So that's the card we made earlier. We do have some more flowers, some more greens left over, so you can make a few more. But I think I will stop with these two for now.